Hello, trading is closed on the 28th of June 2022. Let's start with our disclaimer as we always do. This is my trading plan for tomorrow the 29th. Please follow the rules of my channel. Please remember I can be completely wrong and all trades should be at your own risk. We had a few calls. Look for the pattern with the early high, which is this, and tomorrow should also have the early high. This green line is a price at which a prior FOMC announcement was made. I think it pays to keep track of those numbers. We had a target of 39.1147. I thought it might not print because everything besides the target looked pretty negative to me. It did print support under target and support broke. So this is just a reminder of what we said. As far as saying everything else looked negative to me, I get no credit for that because we gapped up smartly, and according to the rules, that's killed before the open. Today's patterns generated a new target, 3841.76. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for that to print. We got an ultimate sell signal early in the day. It certainly worked, but there's nothing in the system requiring it to deliver in the magnitude which it did. In the afternoon, we got the opposite, a buy signal, an ultimate buy signal. Here's the minimum. We usually get at least a little bit more, which we did. Certainly it's the same signal, but not the same magnitude. It did say this squiggle and this squiggle weren't going to stick, and they did. Now says this drop isn't going to stick. It is a target 3841.76. We've now retraced about the 38.2% level of the advance from the COVID low. It is support. There's also support from this trend line, which is in the channel we've been following. Now, support doesn't have to hold, but at least you drop to support, and usually if you don't gap under it, that'll hold for tomorrow. Well, this is my longer term count. I have this in wave magenta C. If this is A of C, this could be B, but if it's complete, it should be a three-wave structure. Otherwise, it isn't a complete B. Well, it's possible to count it as a three-wave structure. That could be A, that could be B, that could be C. It doesn't break any rules. But to me, it looks more impulsive. It looks more like a 5. And if it is a 5, it's probably just A of B, and this is just a standard 61.8% pullback of the last rally. If that's what it is, which we don't know at this time, this should hold and we should move up tomorrow. Now, I don't have anything telling me if that's going to hold or not, but for now at least, it's a 5-wave structure up by this interpretation, not the only one, a standard pullback to the support we've shown and the Fibonacci support with a higher target, so at least we have a chance to recover from this tomorrow. All that goes away, of course, if we gap under this, and then I have nothing that requires us to go higher. Wednesday's pattern has the early high. We could still gap down. There's a higher MEJT target. Unless we gap down smartly, the rules call for it to print. We've retraced 61.8% of the last rally and stopped at a significant trend line. Breadth actually improved during today's drop. That's not typically what I anticipate seeing if we're going to collapse from here. Also, next week is Independence Day week in the U.S., and that's historically one of the most bullish weeks of the year. It's not the time of the year I look for a collapse. Low of day is 1 of the logical places for this pullback to end, but it's not the only place. So we're at support that we've shown. We have a higher target. Breadth actually improved on this drop. And for now, at least, there's a chance this holds, we continue up. But all that's going to go away if we gap under this, because that would mean that support broke. So tomorrow's pattern has the early high. We're coming into one of the most positive periods of the calendar for the U.S. stock market. And bad as this was, for now at least, for now, it's just a standard Fibonacci pullback to support. It could all change. We'll have to see what happens at tomorrow's open. Tomorrow has the early high, and that's today's call.